Hello. It's after 4 o'clock. It's Diane Hockman. This is starting over. And I usually like to try to talk with you in the morning. But clearly I didn't. In fact, the days, the daylight at least is coming to an end. The sun's going down over there. And today was what I call a swirly day. What's a swirly day? When I was a kid, I used to try to explain to my mom I would be having trouble getting my homework done or having trouble cleaning my room or having trouble with whatever. And I would say, Mommy, it's a swirly day. Now, of course, my mother had no idea what that meant. And me as an adult now, I know that it has to do with some of the things I've described to you, whether it's ADHD or whatever. I've never, as an adult, gone to get diagnosed. And when I was a kid, they didn't, they just called you lazy. So a swirly day is a day when everything's just swirling in my head. It's like swishing and swirling all the things I need to do, all the things I want to do. And I just can't seem to get them going. And I've observed it quite a bit. And I'm going to remind you again, if you like these videos, first of all, please give me a heart. Please subscribe. Please give me feedback because it helps me know I'm helping somebody with these. I'm making them for me, but I'm making them for you. I get stuff done because I have to. This is how I make my living. I've been a home business owner for 22 years. For, I forget how many of them. For 17 or 18 years, I was married and I had a spouse that had a full-time job and benefits, etc. And then went through a tumultuous divorce, and now it's me, myself, and I. There is no safety net. There is no, I don't have to worry about it. There is no, I can do nothing because it's not an option because this is how I make my living. And swirliness, as I observe it, I think it comes from maybe, and again, I'm not a doctor and I don't know, I'm just talking about what I observe in myself. I might have like a mild OCD or something which is a curse and a blessing because, and I'm not talking about flipping switches or some of the different things that are common, but what I do is I think in sequences, okay? Everything has to be in the most logical order for my brain, which isn't the most logical order for everybody else's brain. And this has been apparent for years in the way I have incredible trouble with sequences, and I have an incredible gift for them. Trouble is like, for example, in high school, when I had to write my first paper, I completely panicked because if you had given me an oral report, I could stand up there and I knew more about what I had to talk about than anybody else. I could do it beautifully. But when you told me I had to write it in a sequence, I had a really hard time. That's why I've had such a hard time with writing the book that I'm working on. Because it's the sequence. Then I go, no, it can't go like that. So I struggle with that. That's why I don't do slide decks for my presentations most often. That's why I tend to, when I'm speaking at an event, they want me to send in my presentation a month in advance. And a normal speaker has a presentation. They have a keynote. They have this presentation. Trust me, I've been through classes on becoming a world-renowned speaker, and every time I go to one, I feel such resistance because I have trouble with sequences. On the flip side, I have an incredible gift for sales sequences, and that's why I'm able to do so well and make money so well, because I can see the order that things have to go in to cause people to want to make a purchase. And I've done this for a lot of people. I've worked with people. I just walk in, look at their stuff and go, no, reverse this, put this here. I rearrange the furniture, and it causes more money to come in. So what does that have to do with being swirling? On a swirly day, my brain is skipping because I have all this stuff I want to do, and I can't seem to put it into a sequence. So I get into I call it swirly because it's like a circular pattern. And this has affected me for forever, and I had to figure out ways to work around it because this comes up fairly regularly, and I wanted to make the video because today's one of them. In fact, the reason why I didn't make the video this morning is because today is one of the days. Um, and this is why I stockpile content so I can post. Like, the outside world wouldn't know I'm having a day like this, because by all, from the outside, it looks like I did a radio show. It looks like I posted on all the platforms, including TikTok. It looks like I have a client tonight. It looks like I'm doing a class tonight, which I am. I'm doing all of those things, posting throughout the day, etc. But the reality is that I literally just showered and I've been going around in a circular pattern. I watched some videos. I sat down to fill out like notes and different things that I had to do. Then I was messing with editing videos and audios for no reason. I was like around and around and around in circles. And unfortunately, when you go around in circles, a lot of times things don't get done. So I learned to prioritize what has to happen. If you've ever heard me teach zero level marketing, it's the bare minimum level of marketing that can go on no matter what kind of day I'm having. And it's like clockwork. I do certain things. And then I try to add more things to that repertoire. I stockpile content so that I always have something ready to go so I don't have to create it. Because if my mind cannot think, it's very hard to make a graphic or write a post or whatever. And I try on those days to get in front of people. Like, for example, I'm doing this, what I'm calling the radio show. It's Facebook audio. And I have no notes. I don't even have a topic 3 minutes before we start. Something just washes over me and I just go. It's like a download. And I never have a problem with that. So I try to get in front of people, because if I'm in front of an audience, something happens where I feel the people and I know what to say. Weird. I know. I'm a weird chick and I'm starting over. And I'm a weird chick that doesn't fit into a lot of the like best practices out there. And I used to beat myself up or feel there was something wrong with me. Why couldn't I make a keynote speech with a slide deck that I did over and over and over again? One of my favorites, Jim Rohn, did. I've heard him deliver the same talk, dozens of times. He was just that good. Okay. Why am I so resistant to certain practices that have been used for years and years and years? I don't know. I just knew that I had to make a living. I just knew that and know that I have to make a living. I know that I have to produce. I know that I have to generate leads. I know that I have to make sales. So I just focus on the biggest parts and I throw out the rules for everything else. Because when I was when I went to high school and college, I struggled, but I was very intelligent, because they had a set of rules about how you were supposed to learn and what was normal. And I was on the far end of that spectrum. And when I got into the industry, there was a way you were supposed to do it. And, the reason why I became an attraction marketer, by the way, and the reason I got real good at using the autoresponders and the other stuff, was because prospecting didn't make sense to me. The sequence didn't make sense to me, because when you approach someone, you're interrupting them and or you're speaking to someone that didn't show an interest. So it made you have this like uphill climb or all of these objections to overcome. When I reversed the process, the sequence made sense to me. So again, gift, curse, what is it? I don't know. I just know I have to deal with it. So if you have anything like this, and it may not be like this, it may be something completely different. You have a certain kind of resistance to doing certain things. You really want to sit down and evaluate, what are my deficits? What are my gifts? Okay, and sometimes they're the same thing, like in this particular case. You need to sit down and think about, well, what's my zero level of what will get done every day? How do I ensure that I can get that done? And it may be stockpiling content and different things. A scheduler that will, you can pre-set up your posts and it posts for you. Maybe you suffer from migraines. Maybe you're dealing with kids. Maybe you have a very demanding job. Maybe, there's a million things that could be keeping you from your fortune, from your dream. I'm revealing all of mine to you now, the things that made me feel less than, the things that kept me back, the things that created hurdles for me. I'm revealing all of them to you because I want you to see somebody that figured out a way. around their particular hurdles. Now you have to, if you really want to do this, if you really want to have a successful home business, if you really want to escape I keep making videos like with a garbage bag in the background. It's paper. It's nothing, it's not like nasty garbage. I put a bunch of papers in there and I didn't bring it downstairs and it's just sitting there and it's just so funny. My bookshelf's a mess and, everybody else has these fancy backgrounds or whatever and they're pink. And I'm like, I got a garbage bag. So pathetic. But I smile because it's who I am. It's who I am. Yeah, I fill a garbage bag with papers and leave it there for a week. Oh well. What are your gifts? What are your deficits? What do you want to focus on? What are you going to do to compensate for your deficits? And will you stop feeling bad because you perhaps don't fit into what your upline tells you have to do, or the this or the that? Whoever tells you, whatever the rules are, whatever the course you took is, in the end, you need leads, you need a way to make sales, you need a way to be visible so you get the leads. Everything else is up to you. Up to you. So with that being said, now that I'm clothed, I'm going to go do some work, and then I have client, then I have a class, and then hopefully I'll settle down. And yeah, I lost a big part of the day, but work still got done. It's a swirly day. Swirly days come. The flip side of the swirly day is the hyper creative, hyper productive day that comes, where I will create 200 things to post in an afternoon. That's the flip side. The flip side is when I can get in front of an audience and just talk. Not everybody can do that. I'm very fortunate I can. I can't build a funnel properly, not a good one. I can build a bad one. I broadcast emails instead of writing sequences because sequences are hard for me. Broadcasting is easy for me. What's easy for you? All right. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully in the morning, but you never know. Could be another swirly day. Could be this day. Could be that day. I don't know what it's going to be. I just know I'm here and I did this video and I thank you for watching it. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm here. I'm pandering to you. My YouTube stats are up though. I'm happy. Is there a multitude of people watching me? Not really, but you are, and you're important to me.